To me, not a lot of these have great storylines or memorable characters and just throw in a bunch of random fake girls purely because they think every other nerd will buy the crap out of it. Personally, I think quality is most important. So here it is, the top 5 best adult movies out there. Wait, this is for YouTube? There's no one over there. It's just me. Enough of the nonsense. You came here for one thing and one thing only, the top 5 most underrated video games of my generation, and I'm gonna be the guy that gives it to you. Bam!
Number 5.
In my humble opinion, main characters in video games nowadays aren't really that memorable unless they're reused characters like Rayman or Mario. When I was a kid, third-person action-adventure platformers were all the rage, and one of my favorites happened to be a game that not a whole lot of people played, Tai the Tasmanian Tiger. This game was extremely underrated, probably because it received mediocre reviews by the big-name critics, scoring an average 6-ish out of 10. I think that the scoring probably turned some people away. But listen to me guys, if my opinion matters at all, those critics? Fuck them. This game is the cat's pajamas. Speaking of cats, you play as a tiger who grows up thinking his family is dead, until he learns that his family isn't dead and instead is being imprisoned in some sort of dream world by this bird guy. Tai fights his way through various enemies using his 2 boomerangs to collect specific talismans in order to free his family. The boomerangs get upgraded as you progress through the game, and some of them are seriously awesome. I really enjoyed this game, and it's a wonder to me that people who appreciated action platformers didn't pick this game up. However, when I look at the list of games that came out the same year as Tai, it's no shock to me that Tai the Tasmanian Tiger got fucked up the ass by the standard of 2002 gaming.
Number 4.
You know Farmville? The Facebook game where you grow crops and raise a farm? It's a game for all ages. This game is so much fun! Let's watch some more of that riveting gameplay. No! This is the worst game! How about a game about herding sheep that's actually fun? Ah yes, there's nothing like a good game of sheep. Sheep is similar to the newer game called Flock, where you move sheep and other barnyard animals to a specific goal. Same thing with Sheep. Sheep is a game that I played once when I was a kid at my uncle's house, but I had no idea what it was called, so I could never buy it for myself. Only recently, with the help of Reddit, did I find it, and oh what a marvelous day it was. The game's pretty straightforward. You gots the sheepies? You guide the sheepies. Gots the sheepies? Guide the sheepies. Gots the sheepies?
Number 3.
So if you make a game revolving around your main character maturing and at the end he turns out to be the chosen one, you just got yourself another old action-adventure platformer. But slap a tribal theme on there and you've got one of the best PS2 titles ever made. That's right, Tack and the Power of Juju. I know many of you are asking yourselves, TuxedoMob, why are you so obsessed with all these random PS2 titles? Well, when I was a kid, my parents didn't really want me to play rated T games until I was 13 years old, so I never got to play the big titles like Ratchet and Clank until much later. What I had was Tack and the Power of Juju, and I couldn't ask for anything better. One of my favorite things was the timing this game had with its jokes. Sure, they were middle school style fart jokes, but hey, they were still fart jokes with perfect delivery.
Hey, alright! First living person I've seen in 1999 years! You wanna party? Because I'm like dying to party!
Tack's level design was very visually pleasing and the music was awesome. Unfortunately, Tack and the Power of Juju's legacy wasn't as awesome. The second Tack was okay, it still had the same delivery but felt a bit emptier. The next few games, as well as an unsuccessful TV show, don't really remind me of the Tack that I grew up to love. Besides that, Tack and the Power of Juju is a fabulous game.
Number 2.
So many of you probably have heard of the movie Inception. Well, take the idea of Inception, take out everything that sucks about it, and you've got Psychonauts. If there's an underrated game out there, it's this fucking game. Psychonauts' story is very realistic, and when I say realistic, I mean not at all. Psychonauts is about an extremely talented acrobat who runs away from the circus to a camp for gifted psychics. Little did he know that he had some pretty insane psychic skills from the get-go. He travels through people's minds in a platformer that deviates from the normal, which creates an awesome experience. Also, this game makes you trip balls. Don't take lightly when I tell you that every character is unique, because when I say every, I mean, every single character in this game is unique, even the unimportant ones. I've always had a knack for dark cartoony games, and Psychonauts stomps every other dark cartoony game I've ever played. It's a damn shame this game isn't in every avid gamer's library.
Number 1.
I just wanted to end this list off by telling everybody that I hate you. Sorry about that. So when stacked up against console games, handheld games don't usually top lists. So as a change of pace, I offer first place to one of my favorite games of all time. That also happens to be a Nintendo DS game. The World Ends With You. When you judge this game from the box, you expect just another Japanese RPG like Final Fantasy. I would have never batted an eye at this game until I heard that it was made by the same guy who made Kingdom Hearts, which is, as you know, my favorite game. So I ventured on into the world of The World Ends With You and got one of the most unique experiences of my life. Immediately, in the opening, you get blessed with real use of both screens on the DS, something I haven't really seen many games for the system do. You play as an emo kid named Neku who's forced to play for a game of his life. He meets several people along the way who slowly convince Neku that not every person in the world is scum. The most notable feature in this game is the battle system that seems like a clusterfuck at first since you have to control 2 characters at once, but actually provides gameplay that's both challenging and exciting. And of course, the story holds strong throughout the game and paces every aspect perfectly. Once again, Square Enix releases a game with likable characters, great original music, and fabulous art style. In my opinion, everyone who owns a DS should absolutely play this game at least once. I wanted to sincerely thank everybody who watched my first video and subscribed to me. It seriously means a lot. I'll throw a link to the video somewhere on the screen. Honestly, I'm thrilled that people actually liked it. I always welcome any kind of criticism, positive or negative. I want this show to appeal to you, but at the same time, kind of give you a sense of what I like. Just keep an open mind, because you'll never know if you like a game unless you've tried it. Same with me, I'm open to all your suggestions. Anyway, click subscribe if you want to join the mob, and I'll see you guys next time. Ha! Suck it!